Getting goosebumps watching that. Daniel, always with the great emotional messages. Fire quotes, Mr. Beast. Although I'm not too fond of his decision. Since the beginning of 2023, I have helped build and manage brands of enterprise and startup companies with a combined budget of billions of dollars. Since that time, I have sat down and consulted with experts and CMOs and executives from these companies to help grow my own brand. There are two things that came across as advice from these top consultants: grow your network and grow your personal brand. So, what did I do? I downplayed that as a gesture of goodwill, sort of like we have a great relationship, your company is doing very well for us, you'll probably go and do very good at this personal brand content sort of thing. But I never really registered it as something serious that I should do. So what changed? Well, truth be told, you changed my outlook. Only several videos in, we have gotten incredible reception, specifically on the Cole Buxton video. We've gotten very kind words from creators such as Daniel Dalen, Bruno from Nude Project, Cole Buxton's CEO retweeted the video, which was very, very nice from him, as well as George Heaton interacting with the video we made on Represent. On top of that, we've gotten probably 30 or 40 DMs from other creators and other founders talking about the content. So thank you so much for that. So now I'm doubling down and I'm investing thousands, if not tens of thousands, to grow this channel. This won't be a finesse sort of thing. Look, I went from 0 to subscribers to 500 to then 500,000. All of this will be organic. All of it will be displayed. And this is the video to show you that exact plan. Fuck, I have the pot on the stove. For this video, I wanted to do a little bit something different. I know this video is a little bit selfish, but I wanted to sit down and actually react to what I feel like is my source of inspiration for creating this content. We're starting with the new video by Represent Chloe and George Heaton.
So you were saying a dream would be to begin to spend a little bit more time over here. Well, that would be like an optimal. Yeah.
All right, so right away, love what they're doing here. They're setting the mood in terms of giving us pretty relevant locations, at least to American audiences. You feel that post-workout vibe with the boys, and then you get into a section that is obviously a little bit more well-produced in terms of its production value. You have the audio thing being recorded on external microphones.
But the problem is once you step away from that, it's hard to get back in it, even for more than like 2 days.
Correct.
I come home and I'm done after 2 days. Yeah.
You find yourself getting a bit sort of cabin fevery.
Yeah. Like I get back and I'm like, I've done everything in a day. Seen the family, been to work, seen everyone in the office. Nothing changes, and then I go to bed that night and I'm like, I might as well leave.
So for me, the biggest wonder is with these really talented and well-known individuals like Chris Williamson, Mike and George Heaton, like how they come around to getting these exact topics on video. Kind of a controversial one, whether, the recording was going the entire time and they cut this in. Quite, I think, a good question to ask them. But it is a topic, again, that is really interesting to the audience because we know that they have these crazy routines. They're always meeting with well-known and influential people. And hearing the fact that they also get what Chris called cabin fever and getting everything done in 2 days and wanting to get out, I think that's really relatable to everyone. Really aesthetic. You really feel like you're sitting there on the table next to them.
That was your first time with the running coach, eh?
First time.
So it's a little different?
Yeah, but it's good because it keeps me disciplined. Like I've got this app where everything's on there, and if I miss something, I'll feel like I'm letting him down, so I can't miss anything. Which is nice.
Which is beautiful, yeah.
Rather than just waking up and thinking, what should I train today?
So again, Represent does this very well. They have these background conversations with characters that we're not super well introduced to. I'm guessing that is Chris Williamson's videographer. You can't pinpoint when and how they get the camera up there, and that's what kind of makes it special and almost makes it feel like a reality TV show. That's a pretty special feel for brand content to have. All right, so now we're getting into our next creator. One that we will cover separately very soon is Marcus Milioni. This is from his new video called Running a Brand in New York City Diamond District Deals, and we're starting right off the bat here. Yeah. All right, I'm going to pause it really quick at the 10-second mark. Right away, creative direction. I mean, it feels like a different sort of aesthetic and movie almost every single time. For some audiences, that is kind of like they want to know what the content will be like every single time. But if you just appreciate aesthetics, but also getting a good, solid, deep message in regards to running a business, this is who you have to be watching. I mean, this is like Netflix level production that we're seeing here with a uncut gems sort of feel. I mean, I'm sure they took inspiration from it. Now I think we're getting into the message of the video and seeing a little bit more of a down to earth. Yeah, there we go, into the training. So, I mean, the fact that they got to 50 seconds of that footage for a YouTube video is really crazy. Just impressive. There's notes to be taken here in terms of the retention. I'm watching the rest of this video, waiting for the production, that style of creative and production to come back. So shout out to them. All right, here we got a little bit of Daniel.
I've had my momentum being taken away from me, and it took me years to rebuild. So, I don't know where I found that energy,
Daniel,
guys, but I'm
always
glad
with the
I could give
great
it to you.
emotional messages.
About to go for a run.
Always
and,
speaking exactly to the one
we're gonna
viewer.
get back to work.
If there was 1 or 100,000, I don't think it matters to him. And there we go, the trademark Daniel transitions, the crazy POV shots we're used to with the time lapses. I mean, let's talk about his setup. I feel like that's such an unrecognized part of his content that just changes the game. I know it's less is more, but there's quite a few things that just make these shots stand out different. I would say the feeling that I get from them is definitely very Pinteresty. Like, this is something that people want to repost whether Daniel is there or not. And yeah, credit to him on the setups. That's incredible. All right, up next, we are off the top with Bruno Casanovas on his video a day as a 24-year-old running the biggest streetwear brand in Europe.
Bruno Casanovas, creative
A
director
little
behind
voiceover,
Nude Project.
Artlist or 11 Labs. Shout out to
First time
them.
ever, we're giving you a raw, unfiltered look inside his world.
Real goosebump moment.
This is the hustle, the vision, and the day-to-day of a brand that's changing the game.
I mean, there's not much more to say. You see the shots, relevant other creators in the shots. You see him actually working on the content. You see him working on the business and the product. You see the interaction with the team. You see a little bit of that action and funny side going on in the background. Everything you need in an intro in terms of personal content is there. I want to see these bits. I want to hear the conversations. I want to see the outcomes of the different actions. It's almost like getting a Reels or a Shorts in the first 30 seconds, which is exactly what you want to achieve with your intro. So,
Like 1 or 2 orders a day at that point. And in that video, Alex started filming me, Alex, my business partner, and he was like, all right, Bruno, say something you want to say to the future self. And I literally said,
I mean, getting goosebumps watching that. He said, say something you want to say to your future self. 2 things. Getting the ability to catch these special moments with other creators and other founders, extremely important. But the other side of it is, it doesn't feel like he was like, hey, camera guy, operator, videographer, catch me saying this emotional thing. It just feels like we're there, and it feels like a movie shot rather than a YouTube vlog. And inspiring. Nothing else to say there, I think.
Got my word on that.
So next, I want to cover a topic that was only, I think, recently made a topic worth talking about on YouTube, is investments into channels. And that was popularized thanks to Mr. Beast. Although I'm not too fond of his decision to launch a company that is selling sub-products to kids, but nonetheless, I have a page here up on Notion. I decided to simplify it, but rather than overcomplicate it, we can just go directly into the sums. So for 2024 Q4, which is coming up very soon now, these are the following investments that we've made in the recent times or are going to make throughout Q4 to set up the content by itself. Obviously, this is not talking about my time. This is not talking about the travel that is going on in the content. I'm not going to be traveling just to get certain content. I will be recording content along the way and documenting the journey. The biggest spend for Q4 is video editing, and that is not only the editor's salary, but also any other iterations we make, any additions we make in terms of animations, 3Ds, if we want to up the quality, if we want to add extra content that is short form, long form, and anything additional that we decide to make for the channel. So in total, after tax, that will probably be around 7,000 USD. Thumbnail alone, our internal designer takes care of that. Shout out to you, Roma. But I think just the internal cost of that and the time spent on that will be around $500. And obviously we test and try out different thumbnails. We know CTR is super important to YouTube. So that will be around 500 USD. Now let's talk about gear. So starting off, I'm recording on the Osmo Pocket 3. If any starting creators want to find a camera that's super easy to use and pick up, I really recommend the Osmo Pocket 3. Although in the new year, if we hit our goals, we'll be looking at the Sony FX3. And we also have this microphone, which is the Shure SM7DB. It's a new variation that's just plug and play, sort of with the USB-C ending. And so that takes the investments almost exactly to 10,000 USD. Which is kind of crazy to say out loud. Yeah, I honestly don't know what I think about the figure. Now putting it all together, it seems like a lot. At the same time, we're upping the quality every single time. Our editor does work with our clients as well. So client projects that do come in do get covered under that cost, which is what makes this channel have a profit sort of at the start, or the team behind this channel does allow us to grow commercially. I was super pessimistic and super underestimated the growth we can have, and right now on the Cole Buxton documentary we're sitting at around 17,000 views, and from that video alone we are where we are with subscribers. I think we're sitting at around 520, something like that, but the number keeps going up every single day. I want us to end 2024 with 5,000 subscribers. I don't know why. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe we'll go way over, maybe we'll go way under. We'll have to see, but I'm putting it out in the universe and hoping for the best. So I want to end it off by mentioning the wild card in all of this. And that wild card is the big, bad algorithm. The algorithm is really severely affected, I feel like, for a lot of creators by the short form content that they put out, both on Instagram, X, TikTok, whatever it may be, but also on YouTube. And to be quite honest, as you might have already caught on, I'm not a huge fan of short form content just because I feel like it takes away attention from the more important things. It's very profitable for the producer of it, but not so profitable for the consumer of it. So right now with the team, we are thinking about what that short form content can look like in terms of providing value and not taking away your time and not taking away your attention from more important things, but at the same time not doing anything at all is definitely not something we want to be doing. Now, one note, if you want to join the team and be part of the brainstorming process, do comment, do DM me. Anything, send me an email. I'll have it all in this description below. We're always looking for new thoughts, whether from an editing standpoint or a thought and idea standpoint. Do let me know. Yeah, let's grow this. Let's get it on the road, and let's get going. Road to 5,000 subscribers starts here now.